Now in any question that in any GS3 paper rather, question numbers 3, 4 which are 10 markers and question number 13 and 14 which are 15 markers are part of agriculture, right? So agriculture generally in the GS3 paper will have 4 questions: question number 3, question number 4, question number 13 and question number 14. Now these are 10 marks each, so this is 20 marks. These are 15 marks each, so this is 30 marks, and its weightage in almost every paper is 50 marks. So the same weightage as economy, the same weightage as internal security. So agriculture has 4 questions every year, 50 marks in total. Now let's look at what the syllabus of agriculture is. So the syllabus of agriculture starts here and there are 4 points in it. The first point is major crops and cropping patterns in various parts of the country, different types of irrigation and irrigation systems. So first thing we have to see in agriculture syllabus is crops and cropping patterns. Second is irrigation. Third is storage, transport and marketing of agricultural produce. So this is the third part. Then issues and related constraints. So it is again related to storage, transport and marketing. Then there is e-technology in the aid of farmers. This is the fourth part. Then issues related to direct and indirect farm subsidies. So direct and indirect farm subsidies, this is issue 5. Then minimum support prices. This year, most likely there is going to be a question on MSP since it has been specifically mentioned in the economic survey and there has been a farmers protest for legalizing of MSP. वो भी हम पढ़ेंगे इसी कोर्स में. Then next system is the PDS. So PDS is the 7th topic. PDS, its objectives, functioning, limitations, revamping. Linked to PDS is the issue of buffer stocks and food security. This is issue 8. Then there are technology missions, economics of animal rearing. So technology missions in agriculture is issue 9 and it is obviously related to e-technology in the aid of farmers, which is issue 4. And economics of animal rearing is issue 10. Okay. Then there are 2 more topics. The next topic is food processing and related industries in India, their scope, significance, location, upstream and downstream requirements, and supply chain management. So this is topic 11. And land reforms in India. This is topic 12. So if you look at agriculture, it can be broadly divided into these 12 themes. And questions also, as you will see, are coming from these 12 themes, and questions are mostly direct. And although the questions are not very current affairs oriented, you of course need latest data and latest government schemes to answer them. So abhi tak agriculture ka syllabus is this clear so far. Now let us understand the previous year questions of agriculture. Let's look at some previous year questions. Okay, this compilation of previous year questions is available on my website. It's directly from there. Okay. So for agriculture, the first topic we saw was crops, cropping patterns and irrigation systems. इनके questions देखते हैं. अब हमें जब तक हमने देखा कि यार crops, cropping patterns syllabus में था. So if crops, cropping patterns were in the syllabus, do I have to study the patterns of every crop or is there a different pattern? ये चीज मुझे syllabus देख के समझ आएगी. अब first question, what is water use efficiency? ये directly आया from irrigation and irrigation system storage. Role of micro irrigation in increasing water use efficiency. So I understood that when I'm reading irrigation, I have to read micro irrigation and I have to read water use efficiency. Second question is allelopathy and its impact on major cropping systems. अब ये था bouncer question of that year, जो उस साल एटलीस्ट किसी को नहीं आता था. अब मैं आपको allelopathy पढ़ा दूंगा, but 1 or 2 questions like this come in the mains every year, and these are not ones we need to worry about. आगे देखते हैं. Vulnerability of Indian agriculture to the vagaries of nature. Discuss the need for crop insurance. तो क्रॉपिंग सिस्टम्स में ही क्रॉप इंश्योरेंस एंड सेलिएंट फीचर्स ऑफ PM Fasal Bima Yojana, also asked in 2016. Then in 2017 they asked major reasons for declining rice and wheat yield. तो मुझे यहाँ से समझ आया कि crop insurance is something I have to read. Then rice and wheat system is something I have to read. In the cropping system, how crop diversification is helpful to stabilize the yield of crop in the system. So there is also a question on crop diversification. So this is also a topic I have to read. Then Sikkim is the first organic state in India. Ecological and economical benefits of organic states. So cropping system में एक system है organic farming. तो ये organic farming के ऊपर question है. Then assess the role of National Horticulture Mission in boosting productivity, production, and income of horticulture farms. How far has it succeeded? So again, horticulture becomes a cropping system that I have to read. Now, how has the emphasis on certain crops brought about change in cropping pattern? तो ये देख लो, this is a broad question. Changes in cropping patterns कैसे हुई हैं? Right? How have cropping patterns in India changed generally? Now, this is asked specifically in the context of millets. And millets, जैसे आपको पता है, बहुत टाइम से न्यूज में है. This is a question of 2018. So I have to read the changes in the cropping pattern, and I have to read millets in specific. Okay. Then, how far is integrated farming system helpful in sustaining agricultural production? So integrated farming system also becomes a topic that I have to cover. Then, elaborate on the impact of National Watershed Project in increasing agricultural production from water stressed areas. ऊपर मैंने देखा था कि माइक्रो इरिगेशन पे भी क्वेश्चन था, वाटर यूज एफिशिएंसी पे भी क्वेश्चन था, उसी से लिंक्ड क्वेश्चन आया वाटरशेड प्रोजेक्ट. नाउ, how has India benefited from the contributions of Sir M. Visvesvaraya and Dr. M.S. Swaminathan in the fields of water engineering and agriculture science? Now, ये भी हम पढ़ेंगे, and ये science and tech से भी हम relate कर सकते हैं because वहाँ contribution of Indian scientists syllabus में है. So these are two things we have to read. Then, suggest measures to improve water storage and irrigation systems to make its judicious use under the depleting scenario. So again, water use efficiency. इसमें हमने watershed project और micro irrigation हम देख चुके हैं. Then, major factors responsible for rice wheat system a success. In spite of this success, how has the system become a bane on India? अब देखो, ये question repeated है. We have already been asked a question on rice wheat system. It is a similar question. 2021 is also the repeated question. How and to what extent micro irrigation would help in solving India's water crisis? Micro irrigation ऊपर भी आ चुका था, तो repeated topic पूछा है. 2022. What is integrated farming system? How far is it helpful to small and marginal farmers in India? This is also repeated. Explain the changes in cropping patterns in India in the context of changes in consumption pattern and marketing conditions. This is also repeated. So इस टॉपिक से जो लास्ट 4 क्वेश्चंस आए हैं 2020, 2021, 22, 23, मुझे इससे क्या समझ आया? That they have probably already asked most of the things that they had to ask, but there are things like National Horticulture Mission. अब ये उस साल न्यूज में था. So in this topic, I have to focus heavily on previous year questions because questions get repeated, and I have to focus on current affairs. तो मुझे यहाँ से क्या समझ आया कि previous year questions I have to do and current affairs I have to focus on. अब next topic देखते हैं जो linked है, e-technology in the aid of farmers and technology missions. So, e-technology in the aid of farmers and technology missions. How can Digital India program help farmers improve farm productivity and income? What steps has the government taken in this regard? So, Digital India is a technology mission related to farmers. Then, various types of revolutions that have taken place in agriculture after independence and how have they helped in poverty alleviation and food security? All right. How can biotechnology improve living standard of farmers? तो again science and tech से relate करके हम science and tech में भी पढ़ सकते हैं biotechnology की specific applications in agriculture या technology missions में भी पढ़ सकते हैं. Present challenges before crop diversification. ये question भी repeated है. Crop diversification ऊपर आ चुका था. how do emerging technologies provide an opportunity for crop diversification? Now they linked two topics in 2021. On the one side there was crop diversification, जिस पे ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ चुका था. On the other side was कि emerging technologies crop diversification कैसे कराएंगे. Okay. How does e-technology help farmers in production and marketing of agricultural produce? ये चीज 2023 में पूछी है. And again this is a repetition of the question above, because e-technology in the aid of farmers and is something that has already been asked, right? And it is also directly from the syllabus. So ये भी एक ऐसा question है which is, if you've done the syllabus well, I should be able to write. But यहाँ से मुझे क्या समझ आया कि ये जो topic है, e-technology in the aid of farmers and technology missions, ये उतना important नहीं है, because पे questions कम आते हैं and they are directed specific questions. Next. Then the third block we see is food processing, storage, transport and marketing of agricultural produce and economics of animal rearing. इसके questions देखते हैं. India needs to strengthen measures to promote pink revolution in food industry for better nutrition and health. Critically elucidate this statement. ठीक है, तो ये question पहले आया pink revolution पे. Next question. There is also a point of view that agriculture produce marketing committees set up under the state acts have not only impeded the development of agriculture, also have been a cause of food inflation. तो मुझे यहाँ पे समझ आया that APMC is something that I have to read in detail. फिर economics of animal rearing है. Question देखो, livestock rearing has a big potential for providing non-farm employment and income in rural areas, suggesting suitable measures to promote this sector. So again, economics of animal rearing से direct question livestock rearing पे. Then, in view of declining average size of land holdings in India, so ये land का question है, average size of land holding in India, which has made agriculture non-viable for a majority of farmers, should contract farming and land leasing be promoted in agriculture? Critically evaluate. And if you know about the 3 farm laws, land leasing and contract farming were part of the new farm laws that were introduced. तो यहाँ पर again question उसी से linked है, and this has been a very long sustained issue in Indian agriculture. तभी ये question आया होगा. आगे देखते हैं. What are the impediments and in marketing and supply chain management in industry in India? Can e-commerce help in overcoming these bottlenecks? Okay, I think this should be food processing industry. So again, with regards to food processing industry, they have asked marketing and supply chain management. Reasons for poor acceptance of cost-effective small processing unit. How will small food processing unit be helpful to uplift socio-economic status of farmers? So again, a question on food processing. Role of supermarkets in supply chain management of fruits, vegetables, and food items. So I've understood that supply chain management is something that I have to read in detail in context of food processing and also generally. देखो, policy taken by government of India to meet the challenges of food processing sector. Again, direct question. Main constraints in transport and marketing of agricultural produce. Transport and marketing of agricultural produce was directly in the syllabus. वहीं से एक question आया. Challenges and opportunities for food processing sector in the country. Can income of farmers be substantially increased by encouraging food processing? So again, food processing, its relation to income of farmers and its relation to the challenges and opportunities that this sector has. Then, अब हमने देखा था food security का भी एक question था. So salient features of National Food Security Act. How has food security bill helped in eliminating hunger and malnutrition in India? Okay, then. Again, 2022 repeated question, scope and significance of food processing industry in India. Again, 2022 repeated question, bottlenecks in upstream and downstream process of marketing of agricultural products in India. So again, as you see here, questions are repeated. Now, next topic जो हमें देखना है वो है land reforms. अब land reforms पे आप questions देखो. Relationship between land reform, agricultural productivity and elimination of poverty. So land reform करेंगे तो इससे agricultural productivity बढ़ेगी, जिससे elimination of poverty होगा. ये रिलेशनशिप आपको एस्टैब्लिश करनी है, वन. सेकेंड इज डिस्कस द डिफिकल्टी इन डिजाइनिंग एंड इम्प्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर फ्रेंडली लैंड रिफॉर्म्स इन इंडिया. तो मुझे क्या समझ आया कि लैंड रिफॉर्म हाउ इट विल लीड टू बेटर एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्टिविटी एंड रिमूवल ऑफ पॉवर्टी, ये मुझे बताना है, एंड व्हाई इट हैज बीन डिफिकल्ट. देन right to fair compensation and transparency in land acquisition, rehabilitation and resettlement act 2013 has come into effect from this date. What implication would it have on industrialization and agriculture in India? तो लैंड में ही एक टॉपिक है लैंड एक्विजिशन, एंड दिस वाज ऑब्वियसली इन द न्यूज. उसी साल ये एक्ट न्यूज में आई थी, पास हुई, फोर्स में आई, उस पर बहुत प्रोटेस्ट हुए, तो 2014 में करंट अफेयर्स बेस्ड क्वेश्चन वाज आस्क्ड. देन role of land reforms in agricultural development, factors that have been responsible for success of land reforms. तो पहले पूछा कि why were land reforms difficult, then पूछा कि how were they successful. Obviously if some measure was taken by the government, there would have been some successes, some failures. तो मुझे समझ आया that for land reforms I have to understand their impact, their successes, their failures. Okay. Now, how did land reforms in some parts of the country help improve the socio-economic conditions of marginal and small farmers? So again, land reforms की successes ही पूछ लिया. पहले पूछा why were they successful. Now ये पूछा कि successful land reforms से how socio-economic conditions better हुई. But this is the question that was asked here. It is the same question, right? Then objectives and measures of land reforms in India. How land ceiling policy on land holding can be considered an effective reform under economic criteria. Again, objectives and measures of land reforms, right? So same question. इन्हीं measures में एक measure जो हम आज भी पढ़ेंगे वो होता है land ceiling. Land ceiling क्यों effective था? This was asked. Then the next block is farm subsidies and MSP, PDS, buffer stocks, food security. Food security पे हम दो question ऊपर भी देख चुके हैं, आगे देखते हैं. What are the different types of agricultural subsidies given to farmers at the national and state levels? Analyze the agricultural subsidy regime with reference to distortions that are created by it. Now, one of this type of subsidy is also the MSP and how it creates distortions. So this I have to read. Then, food security bill is expected to eliminate hunger and malnutrition. Discuss various apprehensions in its effective implementation along with the concerns it has generated in the World Trade Organization. ऊपर भी क्वेश्चन था फूड सिक्योरिटी पे, यहाँ पर भी सेम क्वेश्चन है. वहां पर नेशनल फूड सिक्योरिटी एक्ट पे था, यहाँ फूड सिक्योरिटी बिल पे है. एंड द क्वेश्चन इज नाउ ऑन हाउ इट विल एलिमिनेट हंगर एंड व्हाट चैलेंजेस इट हैज विद रिगार्ड्स टू WTO. ओके. इन द विलेजेस itself, no form of credit organization will be suitable except the cooperative society. This was said by All India Rural Credit Survey. Discuss this statement in the background of agricultural finance. What constraints and challenges do financial institutions face in supplying agricultural finances? How can technology be used to better reach and serve rural clients? So technology being used for agricultural finance has been asked, and cooperatives in the economy has been asked. Then, in what way could replacement of pride subsidy with DBT change the scenario of subsidies in India? So again, subsidies was a topic. ऊपर भी पूछा था, यहाँ पूछा कि DBT से अगर मैं subsidies दे दूं, how it would be better. Then again a question on subsidies. How do subsidies affect cropping pattern, crop diversity, and economy of farmers? Significance of crop insurance, MSP, and food processing for small and marginal farmers. Again, you see how two topics have been linked. Subsidies linked to cropping pattern and crop diversification, both we have seen above. Significance of crop insurance, MSP, and food processing. These are also things we have seen above. Then, what do you mean by MSP? How will MSP rescue farmers from low income trap? So direct question on MSP, और इस बार भी आएगा, देख लेना. Then, reformative steps taken by the government to make food grain distribution system more effective. तो issues of distribution मेरे syllabus में था, वहीं से पूछा है कि government ने क्या steps लिए हैं जिससे this has become more effective. PDS भी मेरे syllabus में था. So major challenges of PDS, how can it be made effective and transparent? Direct and indirect, this is 2023 question. Again, direct and indirect subsidies provided to farm sector. Repeated है. Discuss the issues raised by WTO in relation to agricultural subsidies. ये भी repeated है. So if you were giving the mains in 2023 and you had done all the previous year questions, this would not have been a problem.